Hey y'all, my name's Dora, and today I'm going to show you how to paint 3 cactuses. Cactuses are so colorful, and because of this reason, I'm going to be using a laminated chart to lay down some colors from markers. It's much easier to simply grab the colors that I'll be using versus mixing all of these different shades by hand. So grab your cactus colors and start laying them down. It doesn't even have to be on a laminated sheet like this. It can be any plastic surface. And you can use any markers that you want as long as they're alcohol or water-based. A few guidelines to remember. First, always wet entire subject with clean water. Then drop in light colors. Also make sure subject stays wet the entire time. And add colors a little at a time. It's much better to do several layers of light colors versus a few layers with dark and heavily pigmented colors. And last, blend well. Add whichever colors you want. Just remember to add them a little at a time and in very light shades. This way you can see which spots need more color and which colors would look best in those spots. Here I am using a small pointed stylus to score in cactus lines. Here I'm using lime green as a highlighting color. Here I am using a very dark indigo or royal blue to outline the cactus. This will give it depth, but I really want you to notice how easily I mop up excess paint and then blend it all seamlessly. This is because the cactus is wet when I added the color. I also think it's worth mentioning that this blending and everything is possible because I'm using high quality paper, which is Arches, cold pressed, 140 pound. Okay, so after your cactus has fully dried, give it some of those iconic pointy needles that it's known for. Choose whichever method you prefer. Personally, I like to use a small tip marker. I also went with a medium gray color. I felt like the black was a bit too harsh against the playful blue colors. It's always a good idea to accentuate edges when there's a group together, like all these petals are close together like this. So I'll be scoring in each petal. This will help to define each individual petal, and it'll also prevent all the petals from looking like they're merging. Okay, so for the most part, each petal is pretty much painted in the same way. It's just that with each petal and with each row of petals, I'll gradually be adding a tiny bit more blue into the colors. And as I work my way outwards, the blue will get even bluer, if that makes any sense at all, which it will in a minute. So the one thing that'll stay the same is that on each petal I'll be adding lime green color at the top, and then I'm also going to be placing a magenta color at the very tip. Oh, here's some of the bluer blues that I was talking about. So I said that the blues would get bluer as I worked my way out, and here you're seeing that the blue just got bluer. So this is the first fourth row petal, and as you can see, the blue that I'm adding to the base of the petal has turned to an indigo. This is the fifth and last row of petals, and I'm adding violet purple to the base, and then I am going to paint it as usual. So just to summarize though, the only thing that I changed was the gradual gradation of the blue color in each of the petals, which was also intensified in hue as the petals moved outwards. And here, it's the last step. I am going to paint the white areas in the center with a very pale green. So as you can see, I am implementing the method of adding a small amount of color at a time and in several different layers. I realize that all these layers can be tedious and time consuming, but it allows you to cohesively blend all of these wild and crazy colors together in a harmonious color scheme that normally would not work. Don't forget, guys, you want your cactus to be wet, especially when you're adding in extremely dark colors like this. But you don't want it too wet where color runs everywhere. You want the color to stay where you put it. So once again, once your cactus is fully dried, go in there and start adding some needles. Don't feel pressured to put needles in every single hole because you don't have to. But the one thing I would suggest is play around with the colors and see which needle color looks best with your base colors. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you found it helpful or inspirational, you should subscribe. Don't miss out on weekly creative watercolor videos and ideas. Also, the supplies used in this video will be linked in the description.